Hello guys, in this video we are going to say this question: eliminate maximum number of monsters. So this question is not really tough, but actually the way the question is described here is not very clear. So that's the only tough part. Other than that, this question is very easy. So my main focus here would be to explain this particular problem, and then we'll see what the code is and how, and we'll submit that on lead code as well. So see here. It is given you are playing a video game where you are defending your city from a group of n monsters. Okay, so this is n. You are given a zero indexed integer array dist of size n, where this I is the initial distance in meters of the ith monster from city. So you are given an array dist where each of the values in the array is the distance of the ith monster from the city. Next, what it's saying is the monster walks towards the city at a constant speed. The speed of each monster is given to you in an integer array speed of size and where speed I is the speed of ith monster in meter per minute. So if we keep this, we have speed as well, where each of the speed tells you the speed of the ith monster, and this speed remains constant. Now the next line says is the monsters start moving at minute 0. You have a weapon that you can choose to use at the start of every minute. Please keep this thing in mind. Choose to use at the start of every minute, including minute 0. You cannot use this weapon in the middle of the minute. This is also important, so remember this as well. The weapon can eliminate any monster that is still alive. So this thing is tricky. It is saying you can eliminate any monster. Just keep in mind, it is not saying any number of monster. So once at a time you can eliminate only one monster, and that monster can be anywhere, like either this one, first one, or second one, or third. Any monster you can delete or you can destroy, but it's not saying any number of. Okay, so keep that in mind. You lose when any monster reaches your city. Okay, if the monster reaches the city exactly at the start of the minute, the count as lost, because you cannot choose your weapon, so you lose the game, and the game ends before you can use your weapon in that minute. So now what we have to do is we have to return the maximum number of monsters that they can eliminate before you lose. So just keep this in mind. At the start of every minute we get to choose our weapon. During the minute we cannot use our weapon, and you can eliminate any monster, not any number of monster. Any monster means you can eliminate any of the monster that is still alive from the array, and that should be only one. You can eliminate only one monster. Okay, so let's see this with an example. So suppose this is your distance and this is your speed. So it is saying, like in the question it is saying, there are some monsters and we need to use our weapon at the start of every minute. So there is a concept of time coming in this. So let's first calculate the time that it takes for the monster to arrive at the city, because depending upon that time only we will get to know whether we can use our weapon or not. Okay, so let's see this. When we are going to calculate the time, see, so let's calculate the time. So time is, as you obviously know, distance by speed. So it will be 2, it will be 2, it will be 3. So this is our time. Now what you see, at time is equals to 0, when you have started, the monsters have started moving towards the city. So at time t is equals to 0, do you have any monster that is approaching the city? No, you don't have any monster that is like that has reached the city. Okay, so what you can do is you can pick up your sword and you can eliminate any of the monster that is coming towards your city. Now see, which monster would we like to destroy or eliminate first? The one that will reach to us quickly. Okay, so if you can see here, which will reach quickly depends upon the time. So here we have the two shortest one, so we'll pick up the shortest one first and we'll eliminate that monster. So here you are seeing two monsters are there that will reach after 2 minutes. Okay, so we can remove any one of this or eliminate any one of these monsters. Let me go with the second one. So I have eliminated this particular monster. Now, so at t is equal to 0, we have picked up our sword, used it and killed one monster. Now at t is equal to 1, see, is there any monster that had reached to us? No, because Now 1 minute has already passed, and now like what time they will reach after this, the first monster will reach after 1 minute, and this monster will reach after 2 minutes. So we still have some time. So what we'll do is we'll pick up the weapon again. We will kill the monster that will reach to us quickly than the others. So that is this first one, okay, because it will reach after 1 minute only. So we'll kill this monster as well. Similarly, at t is equals to 2, this monster will reach after t times, and there's no monster currently who has reached the city. So we'll again pick up the sword and will kill this particular monster. Now since there is no monster available, we will return, or we will just print the number of kills that we made. This is 3. So this was basically it. It was very simple question. The trick was just to understand the question. Now here, if you can see, we have deal with these times when it is integer. Let's see a example of where these times are in decimal or floating type. So see, this is the distance, this is the speed. Let's calculate the time, and time is 0.6. Here it is 1.2. Here it is 1.5. So here we have got our time. Now let's see how we can solve this. See, most of the people, what they have done is, and I have seen some codes, what they have done is they have used seal option on this, that is math dot seal. So what they are doing is converting this 0.6 to 1. You will understand why we are doing this. Okay, so let's see here first. At t is equals to 0, is there any monster that have reached the city? No, because they will reach at 0.6. The one that will reach the earliest will be this one, and he will reach at 0.6 minute. But at t is equals to 0 minute, there is no monster available near the city or at the city. So what we'll do, we will pick up the weapon, kill this one. Now we'll go at t is equals to 1. Now when we'll reach t is equals to 1, we'll see, okay, which monster is there that will reach to us next. So if 1 minute has passed, this monster is killed. So this will reach in next 0.2 minutes, and this will reach in next 0.5 minutes. Keep in mind, I have said that you can't use weapon during the minute. That was a constraint that we were worried. Okay, so now at time t is equals to 1, no monster has reached the city. We can pick up the weapon and can kill one of the monster. So you can either kill this one or this one. So let's kill this one, which is the shortest one, like which will reach the early. So we will kill this monster, and our count is 1. Now when we reach st is equals to 2 minutes, so that time what happens, during this particular time interval from t is equals to 1 to t is equals to 2, this monster would have reached us. So what is happening, but during that time we do not we can't use the weapon, so we can't kill that monster, and that monster has destroyed our city. So during this particular time interval, we have lost. And before this, how much monster we have killed? 2. So we will return 2. So basically what we have to see here is, at any particular time, if the number of monsters that are reaching to us, if the number of monsters are reaching to us are not more than 1, like exactly 1 or less than 1, not more than 1, then we can kill that monster, and we can survive, or we can save the city and kill all the monster. But if any time, if there are more than one monster reaching that particular city within a minute, then that would be a problem. Because here see, from time is equals to 1 to time is equals to 2, two monsters are reaching to us, 1.2, 1.5. So if we can, at t is equals to 1, we can either kill this one or this one. We can't kill both. So that is the problem here. That is why what people have done is, whenever they see this decimal, they are just doing this math.seal to go to the next time, because it's the same thing. If you see 0.6 here, they are just moving it to this timestamp. So they are using seal option and converting this to 1, this to 2, this to 2. So it's the same thing again. It is just easy for calculation. But we'll go with this decimal only. Okay, because this is more intuitive and more like what you can say, easy to understand this concept. Now let's see the code. See here what we are doing. We are creating a double D which stores the time. Okay, it stores the time. And here, if you can see, we have the distance, we have the speed. Here what we are doing, we are iterating over all this distance and speed from I to length, and then we are calculating time. Time we are calculating distance multiplied by 1.0 divided by speed. 1.0 we are doing to convert this whole value. See, if we are not doing this 1.0, then the resultant of this will be an integer, and we don't want that. We want it to be double, because suppose the situation is distance is 3 and the speed is 5. So when we do this 3 divided by 5, we will get 0, but we don't want that. We want it 0.6. That's why we have used this 1.0 here. So we have got the time as double, storing it inside this. So this D is actually storing the time when each monster will reach us. Then we are sorting that particular time array, so that we can get the values of the times for which the monsters will reach early. So the first one will reach the first, the second one will reach after this first one, and this and so on. So that way we have sorted the array, got the time in increasing order. And then what we are doing is, see, initially the time is 0, and this count is maintaining our count of like number of monsters that we have deleted. This time is calculating the time that we have, or that currently the minute that we are in. Okay, now we are iterating over all the values on the time. Okay, so iterating over all the values in D is time. So for each time we are checking whether that particular time is greater than the time that we currently have. So what it means is, if you can see from the previous one, the here t is equals to 0, what was happening is the monster will reach at 2. So if the value or the time at which the monster will reach is greater than the current time, then we can eliminate that particular monster. So we'll do count plus plus. That is what happening here. If the time that the monster will reach is greater than the particular time, then we'll do count plus plus. Else we will break, or we won't go forward, because we can't kill any more monsters and the monster has destroyed our city. So that is what we are doing, and every time we are doing time plus plus, because at 0 we have done 1, then again at time 1 we need to calculate this thing. So we are doing time plus plus. Okay, so this is the basic logic. Is very easy. And then at the end we are returning the count or the number of monsters that we have deleted. Okay. So see, this question can also be solved using priority queue. Here I have used array, but the same can be used with priority queue. Priority queue. I'm not writing the full name. So okay, because in the priority queue also you can get the minimum value, every time you get the like use pop option, or you get the head of the priority queue, you will get the minimum option. Like, make sure you have created this min heap only, not max heap. So once you created this min heap, every time you take out the head, you will get the minimum value. So it's same like this array concept also. So you can do this question with priority queue as well as with the array. So what I have done is, in the description I have provided a file. In the file, the actual implementation is using this double array, and in the below, if you see, I have also put the code with the priority queue, but that thing is commented. Okay, so you can go through the file. It is in the description, and you can check the code for both priority key as well as array. Here I'll submit this code with double array. If you can see, I have used this double array, and I'll submitting this code. I've already submitted both this priority queue and this double one. Let me submit it again, and there you go. Runtime 9 faster than 100% of the Java Online. This thing. Okay. So hope you have understood the problem. It was not a hard problem; it was easy one. The trick was just to understand the question that was there. Okay. So thank you for going through the video. Thank you.